If you're in any doubt how important the fashion industry is to France, take a look at this. This is the opening of the Christian Dior show at the start of Haute Couture Week. This is an industry that's dominated by big money, big names and skinny models, and there's a question over whether a law can change that culture. Swapping the catwalk for the crowd is Berkshire model Rosie Nelson.
Although the models were quite skinny, they did look good. There is some concern where some of them you can see like their hairs on their skin were fluffing up, which is a sign of anorexia, so it is a bit concerning.
Rosie was told to lose weight to the bone by a leading agency, so changed focus. Last month she went to Downing Street to campaign for a UK law. Where did it actually happen then? Where?
It actually happened here.
It was a vicious stabbing spree in the most ordinary of places.
I heard someone shout, "There's a man with a knife." By that point, he's there looking at me, arms outstretched with a dagger thing at the back of his hand.
4 women attacked at random as they went about their weekly shop.
I thought, this is it, I'm going to die here in Sainsbury's car park. So he just looked at me and I said, please don't do it, please don't do it.
Along with Susanna Brand, Jean Sullivan and Rani Chandy, Janet Morsey is lucky to be alive. The women were stabbed 20 times in the space of 20 minutes with a 4-inch jagged pocket knife. The man wielding it was a pensioner. For 150 years, Broadmoor has been the place where the UK has sent its most dangerous, most disturbed. This is still a working ward, and it reflects that Victorian attitude that patients here were more like prisoners. This is a typical patient's room, and as you can see, it's small, it's secure, and in the past has provided opportunity for patients to self-harm. And when you consider that the average stay of a patient in the hospital was 6 years, it really isn't suitable.
This is where I live. It's been broken into lots of times. All the windows have been smashed.
This is the reality of life in a lay-by.
I've come back on several occasions and found people sleeping inside who were homeless. It's very, very difficult.
Paul served 9 years with the Parachute Regiment, completing 2 tours of Northern Ireland. But a court battle over a business left him destitute. The caravan has been home to him, Lottie and Loki for 18 months, but the council want to crush it after complaints. The scars of the tsunami are all too apparent here. Houses, fishing boats, businesses, all derelict. But inland, in a jungle clearing, communities are being rebuilt. Dewadasa Sokamal lost most of his foot after the tsunami washed him through a window. His family have been living rough ever since. His new home has just 2 rooms and a toilet. It cost about £2,000, but it's priceless to him. Pete's bike had been booked on a service to Paddington, but there were problems when we tried to board.
No, I haven't got a bike pass. So do you have space in there, or spare racks? But you're not going to let me on the train?
The booking system had failed, and the train manager said he'd been told we needed a pass. We picked this up off the road just down there, really. These are the sort of things that were flying around last night. It is really incredible that no one was more seriously injured. 100 metres down that road is the Didcot A site, and what remains of what was a 300-metre long turbine hall, which is now half of it demolished. The Itchin has now burst its banks here in the city centre. 15 tonnes of water coming through here every second. Really, the road's now only becoming accessible to vehicles like this.
Ben, is it heavy, that baton?
It is, actually. Can I borrow the baton? This is a big moment. Here we go, I'm going to borrow it. Yes. I would say... she's attached. Hang on. It's about the weight of I'd say about 2 bags of sugar. You wouldn't want to drop it, though, because there's only one. If anything happens to this, which is why I'm going to give it back immediately,
Ben, give it back.
There isn't another one to replace it, so I'll let it get on. Yeah.
There has been an awakening.
Greenham Common. We think this is the planet Dakar in the new Star Wars universe, home of the Rebel base. She may have been one of history's greatest writers, but for Jane Austen, just reading her novels would have been very difficult without these. Luckily, using modern optometry, we're able to see just what Jane Austen's eyesight would have been like. It seems the economy is far from dead in Reading, and the numbers certainly do stack up. Every month, about 200 players pass through this shopping mall, each of them paying nearly £140 each. But for this whole area, all 250,000 square foot, the organisers never pay more than £5,000 a month.